Like there's this little button live, or does that mean we're live?
We're live. We're live. What is up?
Hey,
What is up? Okay, let me open this thing here on my phone as well. All right, there we go. Open this thing. Okay, let's wait a second to get some people in. How you doing, my man?
relaxing, man. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday 4 o'clock. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're making it. How are you?
I actually, yo, look at this. I just got this. There's nothing in it, really.
That's the opposite of productive.
I just got it, man. Like, honestly, I'm just tired of forgetting stuff. So I'm like, what I used to do before, I used to open a notepad and like just write all my stuff in notepad. I'm like, oh man, like that's so, I have to get something normal.
You want me to show you something?
Yeah, I will. Hey guys, what is up? We have 6 viewers, 7, 8. Hey guys, how you doing? We're getting started. 10 viewers. What is up, guys? Oh, guys, real quick, just let us know where you're from, and so Akbar can know what's happening. Want to see if he has worldwide fans.
I'm locally. What do they say? I'm locally known and internationally respected.
So what did you want to show me? You wanted to show me something.
Oh, check this out. So you're talking about your calendar behind you. Here's a productive thing. Ready? Watch this. So can you see this? You probably can't see this, but what it is?
I actually can.
Oh, you can? Wow. So this is like, it's like, okay, here's the week of May 29th. Write all your goals right here. And then you start writing out, you take those goals, you write down like, okay, what are you going to do in the morning? What are you going to do in the afternoon? What are you going to do in the evening to achieve that? So it's like your goals, then your micro goals, then you break it down to like, I'm going to do this in the morning, this in the afternoon, this at night to make it happen. And you make yourself accountable. But honestly, that's the only way you get stuff done, man. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen.
This guy's too smart. All right, yo, let's introduce you. So, hey, guys, we have 18 people, 19 people. This thing is about to go down hard. Honestly, I wish I could promote this more because what you guys are going to get right now is pure gold. And let me tell you why. This guy right here, okay, and I don't trust a lot of people, guys. I don't know if you know, I'm Israeli, Jewish, I'm very... I don't know about people. I always think somebody's trying to play something on me. This guy right here is the one man, okay? One of not a lot of people I trust with my business. And honestly, what he was able to do for me is mind-blowing. And we actually just started not that long ago. Yo, so Akbar, can you introduce yourself quickly and let people know what you're all about?
Sure. It's been a pleasure working with you too, man. You're a lot of fun. Crazy, obviously. But name's Akbar Sheikh, man. I don't know what to tell you about myself. From San Francisco.
He's very humble.
Yeah. I help people in businesses, man. I help a lot of people. What happened is a lot of people have these funnels and these businesses. What I discovered was that 93, that's actually a conservative number, 93% of businesses are not growing. And there's a reason why that is. Okay, it's because they're not, there's this whole concept out there called like funnel hacking and all this and that. But the problem is people have this idea wrong. What's happening is people are just going out there and copying and pasting each other. And that doesn't work. What people need to understand is that the way I've been able to help businesses is through implementing what I call POP. And that's principles of persuasion. And there's actually 7 of them. You like that, right? Pop?
I love it.
So there's basically I inject 7 principles of persuasion into your funnel, into your marketing, into your brand, into your emails. And as you see, basically the results just skyrocket. It's just a formula, really.
That's amazing, man. And honestly, guys, implementing just a couple of those stuff has been just massive game changer for me. And we're going to go all about that really, really soon. First, I want to just say, hey, we have Mark from Manchester. We have people in the UK right now. We have Abdallah Osama. How are you doing? And this guy has an amazing group as well. and he's the top Shopify guy. Everybody is here to learn some good stuff. You know this guy, Abdullah Osama?
I know Shopify.
This guy is great as well. Mexico. Is it based on the book Pop? Somebody is asking.
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it.
No, I just came up with that. I hope nobody else came up with that. I just came up with that. Principles of Persuasion, Pop.
Actually, I had hey from Tenerife. Nice. Everybody is here. It's so cool to have you guys. Actually had one of my students asking me for this interview. He said, hey, Jonny, like, I heard this guy's killing it, and what I'm really interested in is how did he start? Like, cause I really want to know if I have, what it takes to get to this level too. I want to know if he start from the bottom or he is just a genius marketing guy. Can he tell us about himself a little bit? So how did you start?
I just old money, man. I just grew up rich, I'm just kidding. Actually, that's a great question. Honestly, that's a great question. Do you have what it takes? There's a quote on entrepreneurship. It's my favorite quote on entrepreneurship, or one of my favorite quotes. And it's like, entrepreneurs will live a few years like nobody else will, so they can live the rest of their life like nobody else will. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
I was actually homeless, believe it or not, in San Francisco. I lived in the back of an office building, in like an electrical room in the back of an office building, no windows, no shower, no kitchen. If I wanted to shave or whatever, I had to take some hot water in a pot, put it on a, what do they call it, man? Like a little, what do they call the thing? You plug it in and it warms up your plate.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to put the pot of water on that, get warm water, wash my face, kind of look at my phone at the mirror, just kind of shave that way. And I had to go to the $10 gym to take a shower, and it was just a nightmare. But before that, actually, the only possession I had was a car. And I always wanted to make money online. I understood it, like the concept, just from seeing it. But I failed. I remember I had something called Harry's Flea Market, and that was just like some random, like some random website where it was drop shipping and you sold other people's junk, or I don't know where it was, and that failed. And so many ventures, man, don't even make me go down that path. I don't even want to think about those days. But I probably failed, for years, probably like trying a bunch of different things. Then I finally said, and then I said, you know what? I can't keep living like this, man. I'm not married. I don't have any money. I'm broke. I'm like, listen, I'm going to give this one shot. All right, I'm going to give it my all. And if this doesn't work, then I don't know. I'm just going to go get a job or something. But you know what? I'm going to give this my all, last chance. But I had no money. And I did what most people are not willing to do. And that is, I had one possession to my name. I had a beat-up old rinky-dinky Mercedes. That sounds like a big deal, but it was not. It was a couple of $1,000, 1980 beat-up Mercedes. I'm kind of weirdo I sold it.
Oh, wow.
The only thing I had was that little beat-up car, and I sold it because I needed some money to start online.
Oh, man.
So that is the first leap of faith, and I put myself in a position where I was like, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna give I'm all in. All right. And if this doesn't work, then I'm done with this online thing. It's just some pipe dream. It's just an enigma, smoke and mirrors. Okay. Then what happened is I didn't make a sale all day, every day. I'm on the phone, getting leads, calling, trying to close a high ticket offer. I was like digital franchises, stuff like that. And the whole first month, every day on that phone, every day, mouth is dry, head is hurting. Didn't make a single sale all month. That's where, honestly, I'm not saying I'm this or I'm that, but honestly, that's where 99% of people drop out. Matter of fact, they're not even going to last the whole month. They try it for a couple of weeks. I'm not doing anything. This isn't for me. Back to the corporate chains, back to 9 to 5, back to the slave life. And I stuck with it. I said, no, listen, there's an equation here. I'm talking to people every day. It's not a problem, but they're not buying anything. So something's wrong here. There's something wrong in my delivery, something wrong in my script, something wrong with the way I'm presenting the product. So then what did I start doing? I started tweaking. And that's the problem that most people have, is that they're going to blame the system. Oh, that's not working. This isn't working. But the reality is, the system's fine, making plenty of people plenty of money. It's just that the way that you're operating the system is wrong, right? So then I started tweaking and playing and this and that. And then the next month, I made only one sale. And my first ever sale was $500. And I'm jumping up and down. You know, it was off a free ad on Craigslist, sold a high ticket item, jumping up and down. So now I'm getting traction. I'm figuring things out. Okay, I'm making moves. Next month, 2 sales. Next month, 3 sales. Then it got to 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. You know, it kept going. But you asked me, what does it take? It takes, I don't want to say it takes balls of steel, but it takes determination and really focus and just commitment and not giving up, and really a profound faith that this works. It's just a matter of me working it and doing it. I'm buddy with a guy. He's like a world-class bodybuilder. He's on cover of Men's Health and this and that. And I said, man, listen, you know, I just lost a bunch of weight, but I don't have a body like that. I'm not even going to take my shirt off at the beach. But how do I get a body like you? He says, man, and this is profound. Think about this. He said, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. And he's right. Think about that. Because what's the secret to getting shape? Go to the gym. It's just that the vast majority of people give up, right? How do these gyms make any money? They sell thousands of memberships and only, you know, a few people show up, you know? So there's nothing to it but to do it. This internet game, this internet world, it's just a formula. You just have to follow it and stick to it, test, tweak, and scale.
That's what it's all about. And I feel like now, after a couple of months that I've been doing it every day for hours and hours and hours, and just seeing a progression, if I have to think back about the one thing that made the difference, was just not giving up and being like more hardcore than most of the people around me. Just going nuts. Hey guys, you know what? If you guys have any question for Akbar at any time, go ahead and feel free to ask. I don't want you guys to feel like there's a right time to ask. Just go ahead and ask, okay? Because that's a great opportunity. Somebody said, fuck the Warriors. Okay.
That's not nice. That's just not nice. Why?
That's just not nice.
Why?
Hey guys, to test, we can scale. There you go. Dig that, Akbar. Okay. Now let me ask you one thing. So how do you go?
That's the problem. That's the problem. People hate intelligence. You know, the Warriors are intelligent. They built a good, solid team, and they're winning. And people, there's always going to be haters, man. Always going to be haters. That's cool.
Why did I ask you about the Warriors?
You don't even know. You thought it was a movie, man.
I don't even know what it is. I thought it's what Warriors? Kev fan here, Akbar. Okay, Akbar, do you focus on coaches or e-commerce? What's your specialty niche?
My niche is I'm like a funnel coach. Basically, I help people with their funnel. We redo their funnel. We redo all their emails. We redo their branding. We redo their messaging, their copy, the way they talk to people. A lot of people are just talking to people and they're taking their customer out on a date, first date, and then they're popping the question, will you marry me? Only a psychopath is going to marry you on the first date, right? So we teach you how to talk to people as if, put your arm on their shoulder and talk to them as if you're reading their diary, get to know them on a deeper level, communicate to them, and let them know that you have a problem, we have the solution, and we're going to make it happen. You know, so that's really what I specialize in, is kind of deep psychology of sales.
I actually have a big question for you. So you went from, like you said, selling for $500, $1,000, and you kept going up. But right now, your prices are pretty high there. I don't know a lot of people that charge as much as you. I know, obviously, we all know there's people that charges millions, but we don't know them. I actually know you, and I know that you charge that, and that's pretty mind-blowing. And that's something that it makes me push myself. And a lot of the times you told me, Jonny, you're underpricing myself. And actually, you know what? I always tell my students, not only my students, people on my group here, they are afraid of asking money for their services. They're always like, they think, oh, okay, I'm gonna say a cheap price right here, so it's gonna actually convince the person because I'm cheap. How do you go about asking somebody for $25,000, and what can you teach our students here that can actually give them the confidence to start asking for more?
From what I see out there, people who are selling a service, people who are selling a product, people who are selling a course, including yourself, right, are really undervaluing yourself, right? I mean, like, for example, take your course, for example. That's ridiculous. The price that you have is ridiculous. Honestly, it should literally minimum be double, because you have to understand what you're giving someone, all right? You really have to really think and sit down and think. What happens is people get afraid and people don't know what they're worth. There's a story, one of my favorite stories, and this is actually a true story, and a lot of you probably heard it, but I'm going to say it anyway. There's this guy, he became rich overnight, probably won the lottery or some nonsense, right?
Yes.
And so he moved into some Beverly Hills kind of neighborhood, some hoity-toity neighborhood. And he wanted to show everybody in the community, hey, I'm here. It's kind of like he wants to have a party, wants to welcome everybody. So he throws a big party in the dead heat of the summer. And what ends up happening is that the AC breaks. Big mansion, the AC breaks. It's the dead heat of summer. This man's like, oh my God, you know what? This is crazy. My party's going to be a big flop. You know, everyone's going to be melting over here. My ice sculpture's going to be melting. This is a nightmare. So he's calling like crazy, all the emergency AC guys. He's like, man, I need someone to fix, but it's like a holiday. It's like July 4th. No one's available. Finally, he finds one guy, emergency air conditioner repair guy. That guy comes on down. He's like, come, rush. My guests are about to come any minute. The guy comes with a hammer. He takes a look at the big AC unit, knocks around for a second, takes the hammer, goes pop, 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 and then boom, boom, boom. The AC goes right back on. Okay? And then the guy says, oh, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's the bill? And the AC guy says, $5,001. And the guy's like, what? You just spent 2 seconds, you just went knock, knock, knock. What does that mean? And what do you mean $1? What do you mean 5,000 and $1? What does that mean? He says, listen, the hammer cost me $1. Okay? The $5,000 you're paying me is because, guess what? No one else knew the spot to hit that. I did.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. I made it happen.
Boom, boom, boom.
I knew what to do. But take a look at the result. And you know what? It was well worth it to him, because take a look at the result. He got a successful party. And that's what you need to look at, is what result are you getting them? Okay? Now, if you're getting them a result that they really desire, or if you're getting them a result that's going to get them $10,000, then why the hell are you charging them $500? What kind of deal is this? What kind of exchange is this? They're giving you $500 for your course. You're giving them, next month they're going to make $10,000. Forget it. Next month they're going to make $5,000. What are you doing charging $500? You need to value your time, by the way. A lot of these services and courses, they come with support. That's your time, and people are really undervaluing time. You're making people's dreams come true. What do you think? People want to take your course or your service for fun? They need something. They need that result. They want that result badly, and you're the vehicle that's going to get it. And that's worth money, good money. And you have to understand something. A lot of people suffer from imposter syndrome. They think they're not good enough. They think, oh no, it's okay. I'm going to charge them $200. I'm going to charge $1,000. I'm going to charge $2,000. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You have to value yourself, and you have to do a top-notch job. And you need to get people the result that they need and charge for it. What's business is business. What's fair is fair. Let me ask you another question, John.
Yeah.
You're dying. Okay? You're dying. You can't breathe. Okay? You cannot breathe. You need an emergency surgery. Okay? You're going to die if you don't get the surgery. There's one doctor over here on the corner. He said, I'll do it for $500. And there's another doctor over here on the corner. I'm going to do that for $25,000. Which doctor are you going to?
Yeah, the 25, obviously.
There you go.
That's really, really interesting way of looking at that. Actually, we have a couple of questions, and this one I feel is a very important one. But let me rephrase. So Nick Tan, which is actually my student, is asking,
Stop, man.
where do you get your leads? But before with that, I'll say that I feel that all my clients have no money. It's always like I get those clients that have no money, and you get those clients that have money, they pay money. But no, it's not really like that. It's just how you offer and all those stuff. So where do you get your leads? How do you get leads?
First of all, that's a very good question, Nick. And it all depends. What business is he in, by the way? What business is Nick in?
Well, right now we are working with him on becoming an influencer, creating his course. Yeah. What business is it? We actually talked about it today, and I'm having a blackout. There you go.
Well, but the thing, it's irrelevant in a way too, because the thing is this.
Okay, painting business. It's gonna teach people how to create a painting business. Is that correct?
That's interesting.
Yes.
So here's the thing. What you also need to understand is you really need to draw who do you want to, okay, you're not going to grow and scale your business and work. There's a certain formula to growing and scaling your business. And part of that is to work on it daily in an organized fashion, but that's not going to happen unless you're really into it and you're passionate and you're enjoying your business. And that's not going to happen if you don't enjoy who you're working with. You don't enjoy the people buying your product or service. So actually, the first thing you need to do is draw down, who do I want to work with? Who is my ideal, who's my perfect client? You know, okay, my perfect client, you know, for this guy for paint, you know, let's just take, we'll just use my business model, for example. My business model, who's my kind of ideal perfect client is a person who has an existing business. Okay. They have a funnel. They're making 5 to 6 figures, more than likely 6 figures. They have an ethical product. They have an ethical service. Their product or service is geared towards making the world a better place. They're good, honest, ethical people who are coachable, and they have a bad funnel. Because I know with my skill set that, look, if you already have an existing business and you're already generating income, and I come and fix up your funnel and your emails and your branding and all this stuff, I know your income's going to skyrocket. So listen to this. I've already won before you even sign up. Because if you fit that avatar, I won. Because my skill set fits that. It's going to be a great marriage and a great partnership. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do. It's just like real estate. In real estate, you win before you sell. You win when you buy, you know, if you're trying to like flip property, because you already know I bought this for $200,000, and you know what? I know I'm going to put $20,000 into it, and I know I can sell it for $280,000. You've already won when you buy, and it's the same thing with leads. So you need to go after. You need to create your avatar, your perfect avatar, and then target them. How do you target them? Okay, there's many different ways. I mean, obvious answer is Facebook, right? I mean, what is it? I think recently my buddy is one of the top Facebook guys on the planet. He drives traffic for like Shark Tank and all those guys. I think there's 1,400 behavioral patterns that can be targeted on Facebook, right? And most people just target like, oh, people who like, you know, Tony Robbins, or people who like the color blue or whatever. But there's actually, you know, 1,400, you know, psychographic, you know, deep behavioral patterns that can be targeted. So Facebook is an obvious answer, you know, but what I like to do is give value to my target audience. And I like to find my target audience, whether that's in a Facebook group or whether wherever they are. And I like to give them relevant content and relative value, because then they see me as an authority. Then I'm actually not going up to people. People are coming up to me and be like, hey man, I saw your stuff. I saw your Facebook Live or whatever. I saw your little thing. I read your little content, and I really jive with it. I do with it. How do we work together? That to me is a beautiful business. You know, if you're in the service business, and it works for a product business as well. I know a lot of that happens with you too, Johnny. You don't even market that much. People just come up to you and be like, "Hey, man, you're awesome. I want to buy your stuff."
Actually, I was speaking with someone today, and he has a business. I have my online business, and we were talking, and he was asking, "So how do you get 200 people to buy your course? So what? You're doing like affiliate marketing? Are you doing Facebook ads?" I'm like, you know what? I actually don't do Facebook ads. I actually don't do affiliate marketing. I actually don't spend money at all on marketing. All those people just got super value from me, and then they bought my course. And apparently the value is so good that 200 people bought it so far. And it keeps going every day. So you said right now is
what happens when we start marketing, you know?
that's when everything is nuclear. But let me ask you one question. So right now, a lot of people are, when I started doing Facebook ads for local businesses, and I started my system, which is cold emailing, I was one of the only people that were doing that to get local businesses to basically become my clients. And I had my email template. I used to get amazing responses, and I used to close clients easily. But right now, it feels like everybody's doing it. And I feel that people here in this group, what they do is because they know there's so many other people are offering, that's when they lower their price. And that's when, they're trying to make shortcuts and do all those stuff. My question is, how do you just put yourself out of the pack? How do you become the one guy, the one expert? Because obviously what you're doing is you are the guy. You're not just another guy. That's why you are able to charge as much as you charge. That's why I actually went and took your services, because you are the guy. How do you position yourself as the guy, as the guy that can charge $3,000 for a month for a local business, $5,000? How do you do that?
It's interesting you said that people lowering their prices. If you get caught in the price war, you're never going to win. Price is really irrelevant, honestly. And it goes back to the example about the surgery. Are you going to go with the $500 guy, or are you going to go with the $25,000 guy? People get what they pay for. If you're going to get caught up in the price war, you're always going to lose. Forget that. If your mentality is, I got to be the cheapest. Well, that's the wrong mentality. From my experience, I have to tell you. How do you make your competition irrelevant and separate yourself from the pack? It's right here. That's your fingerprint. And everyone's got a unique fingerprint, and everyone has a unique personality. And people got to stop copying and pasting. That's what's happening here. Right? You're talking about these cold emails, right? Now, how many people are copying and this guy had a ridiculous email. Said he's targeting chiropractors, right? And the first line is, hey, chiropractors. You know what a chiropractor is going to do? Click garbage, because now I know this isn't some personal email. This is just some marketing email, but they just copied and pasted that. You need to say, hey, doctor, make it personal, right? So that's the thing, is that you're actually at an advantage, because the whole, wolf pack out there, they're all doing the same thing. It's monkey see, monkey do. They're all just copying each other. So all you need to do is, you have all the sheep, monkey see, monkey do. You just need to stick your head out, and you need to do your own thing within the formula. So if everyone's saying, hey, chiropractors, you need to say, hey, doctor, now I'm speaking to you. I'm not talking to the iCloud. But the thing is, you need to give your own value. That is really how you separate yourself, is with your own unique. You want to know the secret about value?
Hell yeah.
The reality is, all these top gurus that you're listening to, whoever it is, Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins has a quote, and everyone has this meme. It says, if you want to be successful, it says, if you want to be successful, find someone else who is successful, do exactly what they do, and you'll be just as successful, if not more. Now, everyone's saying that's Tony Robbins' quote, right? Tony Robbins is awesome. That's what he said. And by the way, I love Tony Robbins. But in reality, the generation before him, there was a gentleman named Zig Ziglar. As of course you know him. He was the Tony Robbins back in his day. He said the exact same thing. What's my point? Guys, there's a formula to making money online. There's really, call it a 7-step formula. It's been the same since the beginning of this whole internet game, since before the internet. Since the 80s, when people were sending out direct mail. It's the same messaging. If you read that messaging, and you look at the sales pages today on the internet, it's the same exact thing. So basically what you need to do, and someone asked, my boy Imad is in here, and he was asking, what's a good copywriting book? Check this out. This guy, I think, has passed away, as a matter of fact. Joseph Sugarman. If he didn't pass away, I'm sorry.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I think he has. I'm not sure. I hope he hasn't. But the point is that he's very, very old, and this is, it's an old book. I highly recommend this book, by the way. But the thing is, if you read these old books, it's the same thing that all these current guys are saying. The Gary V's and the Tony and all these guys. It's the same thing, but it's regurgitated in their own unique way. So what you need to do to give value, for example, if you're teaching, if you have some copywriting course or something, you need to start reading this interpret it in your own unique brain, right? Everyone's got a unique brain, you've had unique patterns in your life, unique life experiences, unique upbringing, unique thought process, unique parents who raised you, unique, everything. So you need to read this content, conceptualize it, and regurgitate it in your own unique way. And that regurgitation is actually, people keep asking the name, but it's the Adweek Copywriting Handbook. That regurgitation, your unique regurgitation, that's your brand. You understand? That's your brand. That's who you are, because nobody can copy and paste you, right? Nobody can copy. Nobody is going to be Johnny. There's only one Johnny. You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
People are afraid to be themselves. So you need to be yourself, and you need to regurgitate. Otherwise, get out of the game.
And honestly, before I even open my mouth here, guys, I hope you understand why this guy is that guy and why he's mentoring me. And guys, if you like what he's been saying so far, and honestly, I would package everything he says and I would sell it easily. If you like what he's saying,
high price though.
Some likes for the right, some likes, some hearts, some emotions here, guys. I want to see that you guys like. Oh my God, it's exploding. We have 40 people online right now. For this time of the hour, I call it a record.
Oh, nice.
All right, let's go over some questions. They're all saying your stuff are super deep. You see, guys? You see?
I hope it's not too deep. I'm getting emotional.
So we have this. We have this question right here is, Akbar, what's your best, most effective free books on copywriting?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, once again, just stick with this one for now, the Adweek Copywriting book. And I don't want to give out 3 books. I want everyone to read one book and really, and I want to put some, listen, here's another thing. You want to talk about books? I'll give you a little piece of knowledge right here.
Let's go.
I've paid, and I'm sure a lot of you have done the same thing. I paid, a ton of money to go to conferences. I went to learn from Mike Dillard in London. That cost a ton. I went to Connecticut to learn from Damien John of Fubu. I went, all over the place. Recently spent like $5,000, not even a lot, but on a little weekend conference. But the point is, guys, what I'm telling you is, you can end up spending $50,000, $100,000 in these conferences, in these little weekend seminars. But can I tell you something?
Hell yeah.
How much is this book? This book is $24. And this book, and I have a whole bookshelf of books. But if you read these books, can I tell you something? It has the exact same value as a $10,000 conference, bar none. So reading is very powerful. I was never much of a reader. You got to read a little bit every day. You have to keep it in your schedule. You have to fine tune and sharpen up your tools. And you do that with book. Otherwise, they get dull and your brand starts getting dull. You have to keep whipping out new ideas, keep whipping out content, keep whipping out different, if everyone keeps hearing the same story over and over from you, they're going to lose interest. So you got to keep throwing things out there, keep giving your perspective. Honestly, one of my number one advice out there, believe it or not, and just try it, is read every day. Try to read for at least half an hour a day. Take notes, because guess what? Eventually, you can make courses and services and products out of your notes, which is what I'm doing. Let me show you something. I'm actually building a course. You see this notebook? Hold on. This is my desk. This notebook. Hold on, I still got more. Hold on. This notebook.
It's crazy.
There's actually some more over there, but all this is my life work, basically, that I've traveled around the world and learned from some of the best people, and it's all my life work. And now I'm going to take that and we can make courses and we can do all sorts of things. So set yourself up for the future.
Oh yeah, and actually we just got message from a good buddy of mine, Manuel Rentria. He's saying, I usually click away from live streams, but the value you guys are providing has me stuck on the screen. Love it.
It's Johnny.
No, I was not saying anything. It's only him. Let me tell you, this guy is humble, but guys, I did a great service for humanity, and let me tell you exactly what it is. This guy was not sharing his amazing knowledge enough, and I told him, Akbar, I want you to do more live videos, and I want you to spill the beans, because I've just just the free stuff that he gives are enough to get someone to an amazing point. And honestly, he's been doing live videos and he's blowing me away with his live videos. So guys, I would suggest everybody add this guy to friends and just the free stuff that he gives. And everything is free. That most of the stuff he gives on his wall is free. Just go watch his live videos. You're going to get your mind blowing like this every day. All right. You don't have to wait for this live video. You're going to get there and just get mind blowing every day. So that's one thing I wanted to say. No,
people have this fear, man, of giving away free things, right? And they're like, oh no, why? Why am I going to give that for free? You need to understand something. You need to drop that scarcity mentality and understand that, hey, listen, if someone is a bum and they're not going to do anything anyway, then if I give them all these gold nuggets on a plate, it doesn't even matter because they're a bum and they're not even going to do anything. But if they're determined, okay, and they're going to be a success with or without you, then why not help him get to where he needs to go?
That's so true. And actually one of my favorite sentences, but somebody that I really, really appreciate, he said something very simple. When I was starting to give a lot of very valuable information that I could charge for, and I used to get hate messages from other coaches telling me, Jonny, like you're saying stuff like that we have in our courses, you're giving it for free. Then I realized something simple, that they are stuck, because your job as an internet marketer or whatever it is you want to call yourself is to give up the best stuff and come up with a new best thing every time. That's your job. And if you are not able to do this, then you're stuck.
Right.
If you have just a couple of things, then you're stuck. Yeah. I always reinvent. Well, that's what I try to do, at least. I love to think that I am the best next thing that will get everyone excited, because that's my job. And then I can give the last best thing, I can give it away. And people love it. And look what, I have so many students, I'm getting paid, even though I give so much stuff for free. And actually sometimes people message me and they tell me, hey, Jonny, you know what? I actually got 2 clients with your free stuff. And then I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, like, why would people even buy my course if they can get clients with my free stuff and get paid? But guess what? They do pay because they know that my paid stuff are even crazier. So you need to drop that mentality of not giving free information away. That's so stupid.
Let me give you a simple formula. Write this down. More value equals more money. Rather, more value equals more revenue for you. The more you give out, the more money you're going to make. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Actually, now that I say that to myself, it's beautiful. One tip, Jonny, just came to my mind. Do you mind? I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind anything.
Okay, thank you.
So we have this question right here. It's actually from my jiu-jitsu coach. He's right now online with us. This guy's been killing it with his stuff as well online. So he's asking, it's a little general question, but I'm sure it can make something out of it. What are the do's and don'ts with ClickFunnels?
ClickFunnels is a very powerful tool, but it's like any other tool. Like Facebook, if you know how to use it, you'll become a millionaire. If you don't know how to use it, you're just going to see what all your friends are eating for lunch every day. ClickFunnels is the same thing. It's a very powerful tool. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up just copying random people's funnels. If you know what you're doing, you'll end up with a 2 Comma Club award. So what I suggest is, my number one thing is, people got it wrong about just straight up copying. That's when people have it wrong. So you've got to understand, yes, it's true. There are formulas that work, but you need to take that formula and put you into it. Okay, that's the do of ClickFunnels. The don't is just don't straight up copy people. It just doesn't work. You could, believe me, I've had clients who've copied like the top guys, Frank Kern, letter for letter, okay, that have been multi-million-dollar successful campaigns for like Frank Kern and those guys, and they didn't make anything off of it because Frank is talking to his customers who he's built his relationship with via his value. That his sock isn't going to fit you. His shoe isn't going to fit you. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no one size fits all here. And that's really my main message when you're using these platforms is take the formula and insert you. Take the template and melt yourself and put it into it. You see what I'm saying?
I actually super agree with you, and I learned this lesson the hard way. So in my course, I'm teaching my students, one of the stuff that I teach them is how to close a client without offering him a free trial. Just close him straight away. And I've been doing it successfully. So I thought if I will share my slides that I've been using to talk with those local business owners, my students will be able to do the same thing as well. Because most of the stuff, they're just like the easy stuff, like creating a campaign, all those stuff, they're just able to copy and get amazing results with. So I thought, well, if I can close $3,000 clients without giving them a trial, my students can probably do it as well. I'll just give them the slides. They can't. It doesn't work like that. And we had to do a lot more extensive training to get them to the point where they can do it. Because just copying something that works for somebody else, it doesn't work. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. You have to develop your own thing and to know who is your customers and to know the points that you can pressure on, the points when you need to go back. If you're just going to read word for word, it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
It's like a guy, he sees the way, a guy will look at another guy and he'll say, oh, wow, he said a couple of sweet lines to a girl and now that girl likes him. So then that guy will try to copy those exact same lines. And maybe the girl he tries it on is going to slap him in the face. Because maybe he didn't carry the words the same way. Maybe he didn't have the same features. Maybe he couldn't carry it the same way. Maybe his vocals couldn't carry the same confidence. It's not copy and paste. As much as there's a lot of courses out there that'll tell you, it's not true.
There you go. Hey guys, I want to see some more questions. If you have some more questions, do not miss this opportunity.
I have a tip, Johnny, that I want to talk about while they're gathering that, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind, man. Speak your mind.
Okay, someone's asking something. What are they saying?
They say, that's one of my Israeli students. This guy is a soldier, like a real life soldier. Not a combat soldier. He's just stuck in the army like a job. And he's actually, one thing about the Israeli army is you get nothing. You get paid nothing. And you waste all your time. You waste 3 years of your life not making any money at all. And this guy been able to utilize my course and actually make a couple of extra thousands from the army, which is super amazing. So congrats more. I always like to talk about him. So the question is, how did you take what you were doing and put yourself in it to make it to a point you charge $25K?
I mean, again, it's what you need to look at is everyone keeps concentrating on that, like that 25K, right? But what they need to concentrate on is not that. They need to concentrate on the end point. Where is this 25K going to take them? You see what I'm saying? So that's what needs to be focused, and then you reverse engineer. Because do the math. I mean, it's simple math. If you're paying me 25K and I'm taking your business from 20K a month to, let's just be conservative and say 40K a month. So I just increased your business. I doubled it. It's now making an extra $20,000 a month. You just made your money back in 6 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? You just made your money back in 6 weeks. Where in the world do you make your investment back in 6 weeks? I know I'm from the Bay Area. A lot of top real estate investors. They'll spend $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 investing in real estate. And you know what? They are thrilled. They're jumping up and down, celebrating, screaming. If they're making 10% a year, they're doing a dance. They're dancing on the streets at 10% a year. We're talking about making your money back right away and growing every month into, wherever you want to. The sky is the limit, really, with this internet game. So when people are stuck in the scarcity mindset here, they're not ready for here, because this is nothing as long as it'll get them here.
Hell yeah, man. So we have a question. Well, it's not a question. It's more like top funnel tips. Come on, man. You can ask a question with more than three words. Top funnel tips. What does that mean?
What's this guy Tony asking?
Tony is saying, what are some day-to-day rituals you're implementing in your business and your life that have led you to exceptional returns? What are some things you weren't doing before that once you started made a huge difference? Man, this guy, he has a lot of those stuff.
Smart guy.
And that's a question. That's how you ask a question, guys. Please, come on.
That's a good question. That's a good question. No, it's okay. There's no such thing as a dumb question, usually. But the thing is, this is actually a true story. So one point in my life, I was making zero money, less than zero in debt. And then one point, thank God, making a good amount. What changed? Now, we're going to get outside of business for a minute. These are my personal beliefs. To me, there's different orbs that make up your life. There is mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and then you can say a relationship health. And if one of these orbs is off, it's like driving a car with 3 cylinders. You're going to putt, 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 putt. Your car's messed up. Your engine's messed up. You know, if 2 cylinders are going, forget about it. 3 cylinders, you just do a circle in the parking lot, right? And that's where a lot of people are in their personal life, is that they're unhealthy, or they don't have their mind right, or they're in a bad relationship. I mean, look at the divorce rate. It's 51%. You know, it's true. They're spiritually not right. You know, they're not grounded. They're not gracious. They're not humble. They're not grateful for all the blessings they have, even though they think they have nothing. But the reality is, if you have clean food, clean clothing, clean shelter, you're actually in the top 5% of the planet just on that. So this poverty line that we have, this living below poverty in America, that is a dream life for, the poor, the real poor people out there. You know what I mean? Who are basically, do you know that I read an article, there's like 20 million people currently dying from starvation. Think about how much you go to a restaurant, see how much food is wasted every night. But don't waste food. You can always have more, but you can't have less. Remember that. So listen to this. You have to fix these orbs first. I lost 50 pounds. Okay. 50 or 60 pounds. I don't remember. Then I got into I got out of my unhealthy relationship. Then I became more spiritual, more thankful, in a more gratitude mindset, where I'm now so much in that gratitude mindset, and there's a way to do this, and I'll get there in a minute. But to be honest with you, there was times when I was homeless and I was happy. My coffee table was a cardboard box, as cliche as that was, but I was happy. We were laughing, and that was a little later on. But now that things are totally different, and I have say for example, like a marble coffee table, I'm happy now, and I'll be happy with cardboard table too. That is the mindset you really need to get yourself at. And how do you do that is actually through daily affirmations. When you wake up every day, you need to say things to yourself. And this is actually kind of mind washing yourself in a positive way. You need to say everything you're grateful for. So, man, I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for my shelter. Man, you know what? And then talk about what you want to be. Man, I want to be a top superstar. I want to be like Jonny. I want to be a Facebook legend. I want to be a role model. I want to be a great dad. I want to be a great mom. I'm going to be a phenomenal parent. I'm going to be the top 1% in my business. I'm going to increase my conversion rate by 10%. Once you start saying all this, don't bring out the inner hippie in me, but once you start putting all this out there into the atmosphere, into the universe, and you start beating it in your mind, it just comes true, but people give up, and they stop. But it's just, do you know that if you do something every day for like 45 days, it becomes a habit? But that's the thing. That's what separates the boys and girls from the men and women, is that most people give up. How many people join the gym and quit? How many people buy a weight loss product and quit? How many people try to eat their vegetables and quit? Whatever it is. It's the people who stick through something, but you'll get rewarded. Stick through it just for 45 days. Give it a shot. Here's an actual tangible thing. Try forming a habit within 45 days. Do it rain or sunshine for 45 days. I remember I did that with my weight loss. No matter what, if I was going to people's houses for a party, I would have my bag with me with my vegetables and my fruits and this at a party where they're serving like the best junk food, pizza, this and that. I don't care. No, I'm not worried about all the people worry about social, like, oh, people are going to look at you. This, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing this. And that's how it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Wake up early. Your most productive hours are 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. I used to wake up at 1 p.m.
The good days, eh?
So you got to wake up early. You got to eat right. You got to exercise. You got to eat your vitamins. You got to say your prayers. These basic things you have to do. In my experience, I'm telling you how things worked out for me. How I grew.
Actually, funny that you said that. One of my turning points 6 months ago, when I was suffering, I was working in shitty jobs. Then I decided to quit those shitty jobs, started an internet marketing thing, and I was losing money, and my wife was working, the only person who was working. Everybody was like raising eyebrows, like, why is she working and you're sitting at home losing her money that she's making? When will you find a real job? A real job. That's what my parents-in-law actually said, and I know they didn't say it from a bad place, because honestly, I was just losing everything for us. It was getting really, really hard. And one day I woke up and I told my wife, listen, Tracy, like, I decided something today. I decided I'm going to be successful. Couple of weeks from now, I'm going to have my first client. I'm going to make this much money. And I actually knew how much money I want to make. And from now on, I'm going to act as I did it already. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to act as I did it. I want you to look at me as I did it, or as I made it. And every day I was kind of fake it till you make it, and made it happen. When I kind of decided within myself that no matter what, it's actually happening. And there's no other way. It's do or die. So I definitely agree with telling yourself stuff and actually brainwashing yourself. It definitely works. It just works, man.
You need to call your in-laws now. You know?
They know. Actually, yesterday we went for a dinner, and I paid for the bill, and they were super happy. And my dad is.
No, you should send them on a vacation. That's what you should do. Send them on a vacation.
It's gonna happen very soon as well. They don't like flying, but I will. Let me tell you a quick story, guys. It's a funny story. So I went back to Israel a couple of months ago, and all my life, my parents were saying that I will be either a falafel seller, shawarma seller, at the best case, because I sucked at school. They were really good students and eventually went on to their 9-to-5 jobs. My mom now is actually doing something else, but before that. And I sucked at school. And they were sure, like strong Russian parents, they were sure that I'm done. And came back home a couple of months ago when I was already doing well. And talking with my dad, he actually thought that this money that I made, because I had to show him my bank account because he wasn't believing me. And that's the thing between me and my dad. I just really wanted to show him. And he said, this money is a loan. It's not real. You didn't make it. You loaned this money. And eventually now he came to terms that I'm actually doing well for myself. And guys, a lot of people are going to talk shit to you. A lot of people is not going to believe in you. And the only thing that matters is if you believe in yourself day in, day out, through the struggles. Let me, there's a couple of questions. I just don't want people to miss their opportunity and listen to me while they can hear from you.
I love when we get to prove people wrong. It's funny. I was talking to a couple of my cousins, and they're old school, they're retailers, man. And they're like, they actually literally told me, this was last week, cousins talking to me, said, man, I'm worried about you. I heard, you're just doing this internet thing now. Are you okay? I know you just had a kid, you're paying the bills. And I know you're kind of playing on the internet. I'm all right. I'm doing okay, I guess. Pray for me. Things are okay. Things are...
Stop playing on the internet, bro. Those games that you're playing, stop playing them.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of questions. I guess we'll go over them.
Somebody asked questions. Interesting question. I didn't read the whole thing. Something about how do you balance work life and something like that. What is that?
Oh my God, there's so many questions while we were speaking. Holy. Okay, where is it then? I don't know.
Something about how do you balance work and play or something like that. It was an interesting question, I thought.
I don't know. If you had to restart, oh my God. Yeah, how do you balance your time? That's actually one of my students as well, Leland. Okay, let's put this. How do you balance your time between work and other areas in your life? How much time do you dedicate to work every day? And honestly, Akbar, I really want to hear this answer because I've been working 24/7. I have no life. What is the right way to do this, man?
I wish I could tell you, oh man, you might not like this answer. Well, you're going to like this answer, I think. But yeah, man, we all get caught up in that. I mean, yeah, we all get caught up on that. And matter of fact, there's good timing for this question. Yesterday, I had enough, man. I worked from like 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Some nonsense like this. And I said, man, I've had enough. And that's why today I'm really taking it easy, actually. And that's, and me taking it easy is still working a good amount of hours. But I had enough. So I grew my team. And I hired an executive assistant. And we had a big powwow, and you got to stay organized. I'll be honest with you, one of my everybody has got weaknesses. And one of my weaknesses is, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit disorganized. That's not the case anymore now, because guess what? You need to identify your weakness. You need to hire out. You guys need to start building your team immediately. You're going to start saying, what do you mean my business is not at that point? It's not going to get to that point unless you build a team. So you can start small. You understand what I'm saying? You can start hiring a VA and this and that. I mean, anyone who has a business and who doesn't have a VA is not doing something right. I'll give you an example. I used to be in, we'll talk, Johnny. Listen, I'll give you an example. I was in Hartford, Connecticut. One of the guys who owns like half the town, okay, in real estate. I said, man, how'd you start? He said, one property, 1 2-family house. And he said, you know what? Nobody hires a property manager with one property. Nobody. They just manage it themselves. I did. From day one, I hired a property manager to concentrate on managing that property, and I built on building the business and getting more homes. And that's how he grew to owning literally half the town. And that's really the way you got to do it. My assistant now is saving me so much time. He identified all the leaks in my organization. For example, like my clients would always be contacting me via Facebook, WhatsApp, Skype. Johnny knows. But all the time getting all these like shiny object syndromes, all these distractions. He said, no, none of that. Cut all that out. You want to communicate with me, you have to email me now. If there's an emergency, yes. Okay, Skype me, text me, whatever. But from now on, all communications over email. That saves me a lot of time, because guess what? If I'm working on a project and I got this text, that Facebook notification, this WhatsApp, this Skype, that breaks my pattern. That's a negative pattern interrupt. Now that project that would have taken me 30 minutes of focus is now going to take me 2.5 hours. And that's a fact. That's an actual study. That's actual numbers. What would take you 30 minutes of focus time will end up taking you 2.5 hours if there's distractions. So that's how you really need to save time. So I'm starting to do that now. I'm growing my team. I'm getting processes in place. You have to be strict. You have to maintain a schedule so that you can work less hours. But if you think this little dream about, it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking to build an empire, this little dream about, the 4-hour work week and all that crap, it's a dream. I'll tell you, you might not like the answer. I'll just tell you, that's nonsense. It's just not going to work. You're working 4 hours a week and building an empire. BS, but the blessing is, we love what we do. I love what I do, talking to all you fine folks right now, doing all these things. I'm, doing all these amazing things, helping people out, but you don't have to work all day. You have to, because guess what? We talked about those orbs. And if you're not spending enough time with your family, your business is going to suffer. So, for example, if I'm working too much, I'll make up for it. I'll take them out for the weekend, or we'll go out on a vacation, or I'll take a day off or half a day off or something like that. But you have to balance it. Otherwise, believe me, if you don't have support with your family, your business is going to go down the drains. I mean, if I didn't have the support of my family, I wouldn't be here sitting with you guys today.
There you go. And we actually had Mike asking a very similar question. He was asking, I like to ask Akbar how he manages his Facebook marketing customers and their campaigns as he builds his clientele more and more. So Mike, just like Akbar said, he can answer it if he wants, but he doesn't manage his Facebook campaigns. Like, that's one thing that I realized from learning from Akbar is I do too much stuff by myself. He focuses on what matters. Akbar, you want to answer this? Or
I mean, honestly, do what you do best, outsource the rest. You want to talk about Facebook? Listen, Facebook's insane. Facebook, you can spend all day studying it and you figure out one concept and then boom, they're going to switch up the algorithms and switch up the formats and this and that. Now it's gone. Facebook is organic. It's a living, breathing mechanism that's constantly growing and expanding, like the universe, actually. You need someone, if you want to do Facebook successfully, you don't want to just, hopscotch around, right? And you want to do things properly. You need to hire an expert who eats, sleeps, and breathes Facebook to get you top-notch results. What are you wasting your time for reading this book and doing this and doing this? You need to get an expert to do it, and you concentrate on what you do best.
Boom. That's so powerful. We have another question. I think we'll do like 2 or 3 more questions, and we will save that for our next live. Guys, if you want to see us go live again somewhere in the future, hopefully as soon as possible, because Akbar can speak all day, honestly.
I think we got to start charging for these things, man.
Well, soon enough, guys, soon enough. Let us know. But a really good question that I thought is, and Moshe, are my friend from Israel, what will be a good way for someone who's new to digital business marketing to avoid being overwhelmed and confused by the tons of knowledge and mentors and move forward fast and clean? Good luck. I don't know. What will it?
Analysis paralysis. People just, I don't know, man. I met this lady once at a real estate conference, and she's like, yeah, man, I spent $50,000 in conferences so far. And I'm in education and training. And I said, all right, cool, man. How many properties do you have? Oh, none. I said, by the way, you could have taken that money and actually just put a down payment on 2 properties. You know, the thing is this, you have to, it's a very simple formula, guys. Take one book and don't go and read a chapter. Do not go past the first chapter or the first module in a course without implementing what you just learned. People just read. My daughter is so young. You know how she reads a book? I'll show you. Look, this is how she reads a book, like this. Can you see me? Look.
Yes.
You know, like this, like, you know, just boom, 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 right? And that's what people are doing. They're taking course after course. They're not digesting. And then what happens when you just eat? That's actually a good analogy. What happens when you keep eating without chewing, without taking your time, without swallowing properly? Your body does not absorb the nutrients, and it goes right out. You actually just stores as fat. You become out of shape, lethargic, right? So the thing is, don't go past the first module in the course. Don't go past the first chapter in the book without implementing it. Because why the hell did you buy the course in the first place? You bought the course to go from here to here. So now why the hell are you buying another course if you're not here? Right? So, again, do not go past the first chapter, the first module until you implement everything that you just learned. Then move forward, then move forward, then move forward. Then you get the result or get your money back.
I agree, and I actually suffer from this behavior. My ADD is I buy 5 courses, but I'm learning, man. I'm learning. That's the thing. I have to learn, or I suffer consequences.
Yeah. But you're digesting it, though. You know what I mean, and that's what you're implementing it. Though. That's the thing.
There you go. We had this question. Jonny, do you cover outsourcing its Facebook agency revolution? If not, Akbar, can you recommend something? Video articles, So I do have a really good interview with an expert about outsourcing, but actually me and Akbar right now are implementing outsourcing for myself. So once we're done with that, I'm going to cover the whole process of how we did that, how we got outsourcing for me, and I'll just show you, if you're in the course, how to implement that for your Facebook agency. But Akbar, if you want to...
I have a lady, man, who's, you can get, honestly, like a VA is like kind of like going to the dollar bin, bargain bin sometimes. You never know what you're going to get. You get something broken, you get something that you can get. It's like kind of like going to Salvation Army. You can get something broken, or you can get like a gem that's worth thousands of dollars that you paid $1 for, right? It's hit or miss. So the thing is, we're talking about outsourcing. I have a lady whose job is to vet VAs. So she'll interview them, she'll test them, and then she'll pass on the good ones to me. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have time to take chances. You know, when you take chances, the house always wins. That's why you have to buy the house. And that's what we do. And that way we guarantee results quicker and save more time and have more revenue.
Hell yeah. Guys, with that, I think we're done. We both have some stuff to do today. Akbar, I want to personally thank you so much for doing this. I think, and I'm not going to exaggerate, that was my best live video ever. We had people, I think, love that. Guys, if you love that, that's the opportunity to tell Akbar that you love that, and maybe he'll come back for more and give us some hearts, some likes, so other people can see this thing as well. And honestly, I'm just super happy that I got you on this. So thank you so much, my man.
My pleasure, my honor. You got a really cool crew. You got a really cool tribe. A lot of great followers. I'll just say, honestly, stick with Jonny. I work with Jonny very intimately. Stick with him. He cares about you. If you're not profitable with Jonny, go get a job because you're not meant for business. He will give you his heart and soul. So if you want to make money with Facebook, Jonny is the guy. Just don't give up. And it's my pleasure speaking with all y'all. And feel free to connect with me. And if I can help you with anything, reach out to me. And I wish you guys nothing but the best, for sure.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Just joined you up the replay. Yeah, there will be a replay. Akbar, if people want to actually start working with you one-on-one, which I honestly super recommend, guys, if you want, like, I made my money from what I paid Akbar, like, super fast. So we're just making money and money and money here. So if somebody wants to get the same results, what's the best way to contact you? Is it just like Facebook?
If you go to my website,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know if you can type it in, AKBAR. Let me know when you're ready. It's my name, AKBARSH.
AkbarSheikh.com, right?
There you go, SHEIK.com.
I just posted it.
Yeah, over there, I actually give you a free masterclass, which is actually honestly worth a couple of $1,000, because what it is, it shows you exactly how we built several 7-figure funnels. All right, so if you jive with that, and if you have an ethical product and you're an existing business with revenue, you just want to go to the next, just skyrocket your growth, then you could, there's an opportunity to schedule a call with me. We'll check each other out and we'll see if we're a good fit. And if we are, then, to the moon.
That's amazing, man. Guys, honestly, that's when I wanted somebody to work with, and I was honestly afraid to put my money. I was just starting making money. I'm like, I'm going to give a couple of thousands to someone I need to know that is going to give me even, whatever it is. I saw this free lecture that Akbar gives, and I knew he's the guy. And even if you're not going to work with him, just watch this stuff right there. It's super, super on point, right? No bullshit, like just golden nuggets all day. That's why I love this guy. All right, Akbar, thank you so much. Oh, man, that was super fun.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's do this again sometime.
We will. Have a great day. And guys, please add Akbar on Facebook and go watch his live.
Thanks, guys.
All right, peace out.
Peace.